Namaste. We are looking at the Yogasutra of Patanjali, and we had looked at various aspects of the vrittis. And today we are going to look at Vikalpa. Sutra 9 says, Shabdajnananupati vastu shunyo vikalpaha. Shabdajnananupati vastu shunyo vikalpaha. Shabda is sound. Jnana is, of course, knowledge. Anupati means follows. Vastu is an object or a thing. Shunya is the absence of something or without or devoid of something, or it's like zero or emptiness. Vikalpaha is, of course, defined by these terms. So the sutra says Vikalpa is basically the knowledge of something which lacks a corresponding object in reality. The knowledge that you have in your mind is devoid or is without an object in reality. Vastu shunyo, absence of that object. That is Vikalpa. So it means that Vikalpa is a certain imagination. In your mind, you are imagining that something is existing, but in reality, it is actually not there. This is a very common situation. We imagine so many things about so many people, so many situations, that this vritti seems quite relatable to all of us. So what is the difference between Viparyaya and Vikalpa? In Sutra 8 we saw about Viparyaya. Viparyaya is basically having a misconception about something which is there in reality. You saw a rope and you mistook it to be a snake. Okay? That is Viparyaya. It's a misconception or misknowledge or misinformation or wrong perception about something that is there in reality. But what is Vikalpa? You are imagining, but actually it is not there in reality. There is no snake there in the first place. There is no ghost there in the first place. You saw something white moving in the wind. Then you thought it's a ghost. That is having a misconception about something. But who knows? It could actually be there. You did not see anything there, but in your mind you are thinking that there could be a ghost over here. In reality, there is nothing like that. So it is basically imagination, a certain hallucination. In fact, modern cognitive science even talks about altered states of consciousness, of which hallucination is one of them. Imagination or hallucination, which is not so favorable. You can have creativity, that is different. Even creativity, if you see, until it comes out through your hands as some kind of a manifestation, it is still an imagination which is yet to come into reality. So you apply your kalpana shakti, kalpana they say, it's like imagination. So that is how this Vikalpa is also there. And this can happen easily to each one of us, and this is a vritti that needs to be taken care of. especially when you set out on the path of yoga. There are so many imaginations about moksha or enlightenment or whatever it is, that we can first of all mistake anything to be enlightenment, if at all it's possible. Or just imagine that we are enlightened or we have attained that state. And hence Patanjali Maharishi warns us of all the kinds of hallucinations that might arise in this process, or which have already arisen in our mind. The unnecessary fears, doubts about something all arise from this imagination, which does not have a basis in reality. Just through hearing, or there is a particular corresponding sound to it, there is a word to it, or in your mind you hear it, but in reality there is nothing. Shabda jnananupati vastu shunyo vikalpaha. And hence there is merely a word or shabda, but there is nothing in reality. It's just imagination. It can be quite complex to make sense of this, and hence Vyasa Bhashya may be more helpful in understanding the subtle meaning that this sutra is trying to bring out. But I'm not going to go into those details, as it can be confusing or it can itself lead to a certain imagination. For now, we can understand it in a simple term in terms of imagination, or just some kind of a hallucination or an altered state of consciousness.